Did you know an iconic collectible from Game of Thrones sold for over $1 million this year? Or that a piece of sports history was auctioned for $24 million? Welcome to Le Couteux. Today, we're breaking down the top 10 most expensive collectibles of 2024.
It is history now!
Before diving into the countdown, let's take a moment to look at how the collectibles market has grown and what made this year so special. According to Bonafide Research and Yahoo Finance, the global collectibles market was valued at about $462.3 billion in 23 and grew to $492.6 billion in 24, showing a healthy 9.2% increase. By 2029, it's expected to cross $650 billion, growing steadily each year. This shift shows that collectibles aren't just hobbies anymore, they're seen as serious investments. With this kind of growth, more people are looking for rare and unique items, making auctions busier and more exciting than ever. 2024 was a huge year for collectors. Auctions this year not only highlighted the incredible value of these items, but also the amazing stories behind them. Let's take a look at the top 10 most talked about collectibles from the year in our countdown of record-breaking auctions. February 2nd, 2024. 6 sneakers worn by Michael Jordan in championship games sold for $8 million at a Sotheby's auction, setting a new record for sports collectibles. This sale highlights just how lasting Jordan's legacy is. We all know how Michael Jordan played a big role in shaping the sneaker industry, making his shoes iconic. If you're not familiar with his impact, be sure to check out our episode 3, where we talk more about it. April 4th, 2024. A rare copy of Action Comics #1, featuring the debut of Superman, sold for a record $6 million at Heritage Auctions, making it the most expensive comic book ever sold. Published in 1938, this issue introduced Superman, a character who would go on to shape the comic book industry and pop culture as a whole. Today, it remains one of the most valuable and sought-after collectibles among fans and collectors alike. Any Star Wars fan here? If you are, you'll know that this rare Star Wars Jawa action figure with its original vinyl cape is a true gem. On May 31st, 2024, it sold for $44,000 at auction. Released by Kenner in 1978, this piece became a collector's favorite. The vinyl cape was only available for a short time before being replaced with a cloth one, making it a mythic item once thought to be non-existent just a decade ago. It's one of the rarest action figures in the hobby, with only 4 examples ever graded in over 20 years of AFA history. Quick fact: AFA, or the Action Figure Authority, is a grading system that certifies the condition and authenticity of action figures. A higher grade can significantly increase the value of a collectible, and this Jawa figure's rarity makes it even more sought after. June 3rd, 2024. A Michael Jordan Logo Man card made history, selling for $2.9 million at Golden Auctions, becoming the most expensive Jordan card ever sold. The card features the legendary Logo Man patch, which adds to its rarity and immense value. For collectors, this piece is more than just a card. It's a symbol of Jordan's lasting impact on the sport and the collectibles world. August 17th, 2024. Another Star Wars treasure made headlines in 2024. A 1979 rocket-firing Boba Fett prototype sold for $1.34 million at Golden Auctions, setting a world record for the highest price ever paid for a toy at public auction. Often called the Holy Grail of collectible toys, this rare figure was pulled from public release due to safety concerns, making it one of the rarest and most sought-after toys in the world. Its legendary status among collectors has only grown over the years, cementing its place in auction history. The gaming world witnessed a remarkable auction in 2024. On August 23rd, a sealed copy of the 1987 classic, The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System sold for $375,000 at Heritage Auctions. This rare collectible stood out for its near-perfect condition and the legacy of a game that set the standard for the action-adventure genre. For fans and collectors, it was a piece of gaming history that reminded everyone why The Legend of Zelda remains such an important part of the industry. Game of Thrones, everyone knows it, right? On October 14th, 2024, a replica of the Iron Throne sold for $1.49 million at Heritage Auctions. This collectible caught the attention of many, showing how much value items from popular shows can have even years after they air. We all remember Dorothy's iconic ruby red slippers from The Wizard of Oz. On December 8th, 2024, these famous shoes made history, selling for $32.5 million at Heritage Auctions, the highest price ever paid for a movie prop. What makes them even more fascinating is their backstory. Once stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in Minnesota, the slippers were recovered years later, only to become one of the most valuable treasures in film history. One of baseball's greatest legends made history again in 2024. On August 26th, Babe Ruth's game-worn jersey from the famous 1932 World Series called Shot sold for $24.12 million at Heritage Auctions, setting a new record for the most expensive sports collectible ever sold. Known as one of the greatest players in baseball history, Babe Ruth wasn't just a great hitter. He was also a cultural icon who changed the sport. This jersey, linked to his famous moment of pointing to where he would hit a home run, is a reminder of his larger-than-life personality and why his legacy still inspires fans and collectors worldwide. We all know about the legendary band The Beatles, a name that defined an era of music. On November 20th, 24, a guitar played by George Harrison, the band's lead guitarist, sold for $1.27 million at Julien's auctions. This wasn't just any instrument. It's believed to have been used in over 324 shows. Initially expected to sell for $600,000 to $800,000, the final price far exceeded expectations, proving once again how legendary the Beatles remain in the world of music and collectibles. 2024 brought us some unforgettable auctions, but as we look ahead to 2025, we want to know, what would you like to see from Le Couteux in the world of collectibles? Share your thoughts in the comments, and we'll make sure to cover what interests you most. See you in the next episode.